Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you all here with me today. So today I'm going to show you a very simple, beginner-friendly journal. Very easy to do, and I just was really inspired by this book by Modernista Print Shop. It is a book of teal and beige, or like a, vintagey teal, I guess is more how I would explain it. Book of papers here that you can fold in half for a journal, and I thought I would make myself one using these papers. And then I also did some coffee dyed papers. Now this was teal, but when I added coffee to it, now it looks kind of green. I'm totally cool with that. So I have some green, I have some regular coffee dyed paper. These two are not very dark at all. So I have some of those. And then I have, this was pink, but now it looks kind of peachy, down with that as well. So if I want to add those in there, I can. And hello, we love the crinkle. So I have those. And then yesterday I let the glue crew pick which cover I would have. Now these are double-sided cardstock pieces here. So these are the three. They all have teal in them. This one's kind of hard to tell, but you can see that there's quite a bit of teal on the inside here. So the glue crew picked this one. They thought this would look best. I was honestly thinking, well, I'm not a huge fan of the back of this. So I was kind of leaning towards this one. But they all picked this one, so that's the one we're going to do today. So this is just 12 by 12. So let's get started doing this really simple journal. So I'm going to take out my scoring board here. And I want to figure out which way this goes. I don't think it matters, so I'm just going to go like this. Okay, so I'm going to put mine to the side. So this is my top. This is my bottom, this is my right side, this is my left side. And what I'm going to do is just score this at 9. Super easy, just 9 inches, boom, all the way across. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then let's turn it back to the correct way. So now this is my top, my right, my bottom, and my left. And because this is a 12-inch by 12-inch piece of cardstock, I'm just going to score it right down the middle. It just makes it easier for when you're folding it in half. You don't have to do that. Basically, you're just going to fold it in half. Okay, so now we're done. That's all we had to do there. And now what I'm going to do is fold this in half. And this is going to be the cover of our journal or glue book or art journal or whatever you want this to be. They all work the same. Okay, so we have that. Now across the bottom here is our 3-inch score mark that we just did. But before we fold that, I want you to, this is optional, but this is what I like to do because I feel like it makes it so much easier to open and close your book. So right here down the middle, you still have the score line, right? So I'm going to keep it folded, and I'm just going to make a little triangle from anywhere down here all the way up to that score line. So I'm going to go, I don't know, about right here, about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to cut all the way up to that score line, a little triangle. And I didn't cut it perfect. You can go back through and cut it better if you want, or use your cutting mat. You know, mine is actually pretty wonky. I don't normally use those scissors, so I think I wasn't quite used to them, to be honest. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that flat again, put my ruler right where that score mark is, and I'll just clean this up a little bit. Let's just go like that. I'm going to make mine a little deeper. And you can do this from the beginning too, if this would be easier for you. I tend to really like to use my X-Acto knife. I feel like I get a straighter, cleaner cut that way. Okay. Got a little sidetracked there because your girl here is a perfectionist. Okay, so now you open this up, and now you can fold these up. These will now be your pockets. Super easy, right? You've already made your journal cover. That's how easy this is. Just with a piece of 12 by 12 inch cardstock. Okay, I'm gonna score this, or I'm sorry, not score it. I'm going to use my bone folder on this to get a nice crisp line here. So now we're going to glue our pockets closed. And the way you do that is you just glue. Now here's the deal. There's several ways you can do this. Now, the reason why I had you cut out this notch is because that paper would normally be right here. And when you open and close your book, it makes it very hard to close because this paper is in the way right here. That's a double layer of cardstock. So when you cut it like this, it actually looks a little bit nicer, in my opinion. But you also have an easier way to open and close your book. Now, I leave this side open because I feel like it's easier to get paper in and out, but you can glue this side as well. I'm not. I'm just going to glue this side, a nice thin layer of glue right along the edge here. I'm just using my art glitter glue, but you can use whatever you want. So that's all you do, and you close it, and you really want to make sure you push down with your bone folder because that will adhere your glue to the paper beneath it. If you don't do that, you're probably not going to have a good seal. So let's make sure we really push that closed. And now this is completely dry and ready to go. Now, by leaving this open a little bit, it just makes it easier to get your papers in and out. Now, I mentioned that you can use any glue, and that is true, you can. The one thing I suggest you don't use is double-sided tape, but it's your journal. You can do whatever you want. Generally speaking, you don't want to use double-sided tape because it's always sticky. So when you go to put papers in, sometimes your papers can get stuck to the sticky edge of the tape. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't suggest it. But if you want to use double-sided tape, absolutely go for it. You do what makes you happy. And if your papers get a little stuck in there, just give it a little tug. It'll be fine. Okay, now that we made our cover, that was super easy. We're already done with that. We can decorate it later. So now this is 9 by 6. Now that means that any paper that's 8.5 by 11 will fit in here perfectly, which is what these are. So I have some actual vintage papers as well. I could fold them this way and just have the music be sideways if I wanted them to be the same size as the other papers. But I want my music to be the right way, so I'm just going to fold these in half, hot dog style. And these papers will be a little shorter, which is nice to have different sized papers in there. This is also a bit of vintage paper. It's all torn on this side, but I think I'm still going to put it in because, hello, we like grungy stuff anyway. So I'll put that in, and then here is another piece of paper. So we'll just fold that. Now, in something like this, I would put about 12 pieces of paper. You can vary it. You can put as many or as the least amount that you want. But because this is a one signature journal, you don't want to make your papers too big, or else your paper, it won't be right. So I would say anywhere between 12 and 15 pages for this. Okay, so here we have 3. I'm going to have to cut the tops off of these. We'll set this aside for now. So here's 3 pages. I might not end up using all of them, maybe just a couple of them. And then I want to pick out of here, I think, so there's 19 pages total in this book. I did a full flip through on my channel already last week. So I want to go through and pick, let's see, if I think I'm going to do about 12. So maybe I'll pick 6 of these, do 6 of these, and then 6 of my other papers. Or maybe I should do 15 and then do 6 of these, a couple of these, and then a few of my coffee dyed papers. We'll see. Okay, so I want to go through and pick the papers that I want now. I'm actually going to fold my spine over and kind of break my spine because I want to get my papers right up to the edge here. You could also break your book totally apart. So, okay, I really like this page. For one, it has lines on it already, so that's kind of nice. But I love butterflies. Ooh, do I want this one instead? Maybe I'll go with this one. There's more butterflies on it. So here will be one page. Ooh, let's see if we can't get this out. You know what? I'm going to use my X-Acto knife because I don't want to rip it. All right, so I'm just going to cut right down the spine here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Did I get it? Oh, yep, I got it. Okay, here we go. Need a little bit more on this top part. Wasn't pushing quite as hard. There we go. Oh, it's really glued in there. Okay, what's going on here? There we go. I had to get a little aggressive. See, this, what is happening? Oh, these two pieces got stuck together. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there's one piece. Looks like the glue got a little heavy in this one spot in this book. Okay, so I have 2 pages now. Okay, let's keep going. I have a clock. Oh, the kitten's cute. The puppy's cute too, but I really wanted this hummingbird. I've been eyeballing this bad boy. Okay. All right. See you. Okay, so I have 3 of those. Ooh, here's another bird. I might as well take this one as well. Okay, well, this is a disaster because my glue is stuck together. There we go. Okay, so now I have 4 pieces. Ooh, the moon is kind of nice. Okay, let's keep going. 4. What, this one? Oh, what's this again? Oh, this one's different too. Okay, we'll go with this. All right. So here are the papers I picked from that book. We have this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold all my papers in half, like so, and I'll be right back. My little coffee dyed papers. Last night, Andrew walked in, and my oldest son, and he said, "Ooh, it smells good in here." And I said, "Oh, thanks. I'm cooking paper, making coffee dyed paper." Okay, so we have 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 3 of my vintage papers, which are now cut to 8.5. I cut those while I was doing the folding. So 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do I want to add 2 of these in here for just a little bit of something else? You know what? I'm going to. Why not? Why not? Have fun with it, right? Okay, so let's add these as well. Perfect. And you can add all kinds of paper in here. Coloring books, books from the thrift store, vintage papers, I mean, any magazine images, envelopes, doilies, bags, you name it, can be glued in here. Okay, so let's put our stuff in order. What do I want to be on the front? You know, I think I might pick something. I might go with this one for the front, just because I love them so much. Now, the tops of these have a little bit of white on them from the book, and then I also, this is where the glue was. I'm just going to take my brown ink and ink the top of these, and you'll never be the wiser. So I'm going to start with this, and then let's go in with a coffee dyed. I'm going to put these in 3 different piles here, just so I know where I'm at here. And then I will go with another one and a coffee dyed and another one and a coffee dyed paper. And then I'm going to go in with this. Sorry, I'm way over on the edge here. Then I'll go in with this one, and then we'll add another one of these. Actually, I'll add this one. And then coffee dyed. And, oh, I haven't added my music in yet. Let me go back. Hold on. So I have that. Maybe I'll add a music right here. Music. So I have paper, coffee dyed paper, coffee dyed music, paper, coffee dyed there, yada yada. Okay. Talking to myself, but I got this. Okay, and then I want to add, let's see. I think I'll add this, and then this, and this. Okay, so those are my 15 or 14 pieces of paper, right? Yeah, I have 14. So you can see here, it's already really thick. So you want to keep that in mind. Now, some people, when they get their papers together, where's my middle? Right? Yeah. So I like to take my fingers and put them in here and kind of squeeze. So I'm pushing these on this side and pushing these on this side so that they're really going together. And then I slam it on the table. So now that these are all inside, you can see that some hang out here. Some people prefer to cut that off and make them all flush. I kind of like them when they're all like that. So now these will go inside of here, and we need to sew those in. So let's do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. That's all, folks. Okay, let me grab my supplies and I'll be right back. Okay, for what you will need for this part is you will need an awl and a needle and some sort of thread or twine or something to that nature. Now, I use embroidery floss. I do not like the waxed thread, but so many people like it. That's just a me thing. I don't like it. I like to use embroidery floss. So the rule of thumb is, here's my journal. You want to make your string the same length of your journal times 3. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then cut it. So that'll give you enough to sew in your signature. So let's go back to our signature again. You are going to do the same thing, get it together, really push it in. Make sure that these are all the way flush together. If your papers are not flush together like this, when you sew in your papers, they're going to be loose, and you don't want that. So I'm going to take binder clips here, and now that I'm holding it, nice and tight here, I'm going to take 4 binder clips, and I'm going to use them on all 4 sides while I'm still holding on to the paper, because I want to make sure everything is still staying together. You can also use a paper clip or any kind of binding system here that you want, or holding system that you want. Holding system, whatever. Okay, so now here's my top. And what I'm going to do is, now I don't measure for this. You absolutely can. Just take your ruler, put it across here and measure, 3 holes. I personally, when I'm just doing a simple journal or glue book like this, I don't find it necessary for me to mark where I'm going to do that at. And I just realized I didn't add my cover to this. So let's take this apart. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Remember to add your cover to this. I got ahead of myself. I'm getting all excited. All right. Same thing. We're making sure everything's nice and tight and together. And then I'm just setting my paper evenly in between those papers. So our cover is 9 inches, but our paper is 8.5. So you want about 1/4 inch on the top and the bottom of spacing. So now is the time that you would clip all this together. Now is the time. Not when you haven't had it all together, Nicole. It's okay, you guys. It happens to all of us. I've been doing this for years and I still forgot. It happens. We get excited. We want to get the journal going, and then you have an oopsie. And that's fine. It happens to all of us. Okay, last one. Let's get this one in here. Okay, now that we have that all in there, making sure everything's tight, we're good. Our papers are all pushed all the way to the bottom there. So I have an old book from the Dollar Tree here, and anytime I get like cardboard or something like that, I kind of stick it in there. This is what I use to punch my holes. So I sure hope I had this all going the right direction. I do. Okay, you want to make sure that your top is at the top. You don't want your papers upside down. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my awl, and I'm going to keep it folded like this, because if you keep it fully open, your holes won't match up. So kind of keep it closed a little bit, and I'm just going to eyeball it and poke 1 hole in the middle, kind of wiggle it around a little bit. You don't want to make your hole too big, but you want to make sure your needle can get through it. And then I go about 1.5 inches from the top, and I poke another hole, and I do the same down at the bottom. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're only doing 1 signature, so it doesn't really matter how far apart they are. All right, We're done with the book now. The book can go. And let's thread our needle and start sewing. Now listen, don't be intimidated. You can totally do this. Just take your time, and I'm going to show you really easily how to do this, okay? Okay, so now I have my needle. You can do this. Listen to me, you can do this. Okay, so there are lots of different ways to do this. If you see somebody else doing their 3-hole pamphlet stitch different than mine, they're not wrong and I'm not wrong. There's just lots of different ways to do it. So don't be discouraged or comment that somebody's doing it wrong. There are just lots of different ways to do this. You can basically start in any hole. So I always start in the middle. So I'm going to poke my hole or poke my needle into the middle hole, and it kind of helps if you kind of close this a little bit. And I'm just gonna bring it right on through. And you want to leave a tail, leave a little tail here. I like to turn mine around because now I'm going into the bottom hole here. Coming right up through the top, pulling that nice and tight. And now I'm going to go in the top hole. Okay, so just to recap, we went in the middle, came out here, went into the bottom, came out here, and went all the way to the top. And now you want to make sure that your thread is over to the left here. And we're going to go back into that middle hole. And the reason why I told you to put your thread over to the left there is because you don't want to put your needle in this other thread. You want it to go right next to it, but not through it. Uh-oh, I didn't get all the way. Where's my hole? There it is. Okay. Okay, so when you come out of the hole there, you want to make sure your thread is on either side of this middle. You want this middle piece splitting it. So this side, this thread is on this side, and this thread is on this side. I can now take this off my needle. So what I want to do is pull this tight, not too tight, just go slowly because you don't want to rip your holes because this is paper. But I like to just make sure and then close it and make sure, see, mine are pretty loose still. So I'm going to pull, just, I wasn't pulling tight enough. So I'm just going to pull a little bit tighter. Okay. Now let's check. Yep, that's much better. Okay, so now that we have these on either side, I'm just going to tie a knot. Easy peasy, you did it. That's how easy a 3-hole pamphlet stitch is, you guys. So easy. And now you can leave these long and have them dangle over and add some beads or some bells or paper embellishments. I am not really a fan of that, so boop. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Today I'm not. Okay, so now you just take your clips off. Like so, and now we have, oops, that was backwards. And now we have our journal. Just like that, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so let's take a little flip through of our journal now. So we have our pocket here. I still need to add some ink up here, and that's totally fine. I'll get there. We have all these pages that we can play in and glue in, decorate, all kinds of fun stuff. Oh yeah, this is so pretty. Oh, I love it. I'm glad I added a little bit of this like peachy color in here. It's a little different. Oh yeah, this is so pretty. Ta-da! Okay, let's decorate some pages. I thought one fun thing would be to use some of my stamps. I have this one. It's a stitch stamp, so it looks like there is stuff has been sewn onto your page. I'm going to take my Ranger archival ink. This is permanent ink in Paradise Teal. It's my favorite, which is part of the reason why we did this book in the first place. So I am just going to put this all over. Now it already has brown on it because I always just use brown or black. I've never used teal. So it's going to come out a little discolored because I also don't clean my stamps. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Okay, so let's just add a little stitching along the side here. You can use, you know, do this beforehand with, you know, a real sewing machine and stuff if you want. Okay, so I want to go across the bottom now. Okay, and we'll go across the top and we'll just add a little stitching. So fun. Oops, I got a little on the cover there. I didn't mean to do that. We'll just add a little bit right there. I'm cool with it being a little messy because that's kind of the point. Okay, so now I want to take my brown color here. I want to just kind of lightly go over this to kind of tone it down just a little bit. So it's not just, hi, there's blue just sitting on top of this page, which is totally fine too. I just want to play more, so I'm going to add more ink because it's fun. Super fun. Some fun things to put in your journal would be, you know, every day maybe put things that you're grateful for, maybe 3 or 5 things, or if you love to write, do more than that. You could write down your favorite things, because sometimes just reminiscing about things that are your favorite just puts you in a better mood. So like my 5 favorite fruits, my 5 favorite meals, or my 5 favorite things I love about my husband or wife or whatever, you know what I mean? So that would be a good idea too. Okay, so we did that on that page. What should we do on this page? Let's see. I was kind of thinking about adding a bird. So let's do that. So we will add this bird right here. Now, do I want to do it in teal or do I want to do it in brown? I think I'll go with teal. This is a teal journal. Let's go ham with it. Let's just have fun. Okay, which way does this bird go? Oh, it goes this way. I'm just going to put it right down in this corner. Boom. We have a little bird there. I'm going to take whatever residual ink I have here on this side and just kind of, you know, grunge it up a bit. You can see I'm not being overly particular about how I do it. I just kind of want it messy and okay. That's fun. Okay, so we added a couple stamps. Now I should probably go towards the back and do a few more different things here. What else do we have? We have a bee. Oh, behave. Okay, let's do brown on this bee. We'll do a few of them. We have a bumblebee, so let's add it right here. And maybe one going downwards. All right, we got a couple little bees there. That's fun. All right, what else should we do here? Do I want to add more stamping? That's what I want to know. I do want to add some butterflies as well. So let's take this bee off of this side. Let's add a butterfly. And do I want to add the bee on the butterfly too? No, we'll just start with the butterfly. I'm going to go with teal for the butterfly. Ooh, that's fun. Ooh, I love it. Okay. Sorry. It's so exciting when, you know, things just, they look cute. Okay, so we have that, and then should I put a little flower by it too? Like, I don't know. Okay, what do the words say? Enjoy the little things. Let's do that too. Let's do enjoy the little things. I enjoy the little things like stamping and some coffee dyed paper. Heck yeah, man, fun. Okay. do I want it right here is the question. I think I do. Okay, so let's just put it like this. And if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. That's okay. Boop. Enjoy the little things. Ooh, I love it. I think these stamps, no. Were these from the Dollar Tree? They might have been. I think these were. These were from the Dollar Tree. Beautiful, enjoy life, have a nice day. Oh, I gotta put my bird back. Okay, I'm sure I'm freaking people out by the way I treat my stamps. I know, I get it. I fully get it. Okay, do I want to add, oh, here comes the Shermanator. I wanted to add a dragonfly. So let's add a dragonfly. Should I do that in brown since I've added so much teal? Let's add, hello, Sherman. Sherman is my 9-year-old pug for anybody who's questioning who I'm talking to. Let's put it on this corner. Ugh. Ta-da! I love it. Love it. All right, let's add some stitching on this side of this one. I'm just going to use my brown for this. Actually, I could use it on a colored piece. Let's use it on this peach. Okay. Ta-da! All right, that looks good. Okay, so we have that. Oh, I'm upside down. Okay, there we go. And then I also have a little coffee stain. That might be a good one to use. Do that right on the book page there. A little light staining here. Okay, and then I also have this stamp, and I think it was a Bo Bunny stamp, but I haven't found it anywhere. So you can find lots of different word pattern stamps on Amazon or, you know, wherever you go to buy stamps. I'm just going to add a little bit of this, like here and there. You know what I mean? Just to add a little something, something. Let's use whatever residue is left on here. And just kind of, I just wanted it really faint, you know, not symmetrical and perfect and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of whatever's left. You just have some really light words there. Perfect. Okay, so we did lots of stamping. I can do some more stamping off camera if I feel like it. So let's put those away. Next, I think I want to add some lace to a few pages. So I was thinking I could glue them on a few of these. This one looks like a good one right here. So let's cut that. I'm going to be using Fabri-Tac for this. This is a fabric glue, and it works the best for this for me. You can use whatever glue you want to use. Some people don't like this because it's a little on the stinky side because it's very chemically smelling. Okay. This lace I'm using is from the Dollar Tree, so nothing fancy here. Just Dollar Tree lace. I love this lace. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly put this on here, flip this over. Oops. I just want to make sure that I have it even all the way. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to take my little plastic tool here and just kind of push it down. If I push it down with my fingers, it'll get all over my fingers. And with the plastic, it kind of comes off better. And this glue dries really fast, in my opinion. Okay, so we'll let that do its thing. Get the glue off my little tool here. I'll clean that later. Okay, so now we've got that down. And I'll just trim off the excess. Oops, I got glue when I squished it. Okay. Ta-da! Da, da, da. That looks nice. That looks real nice. Ooh, is this like the exact amount that I would need? It is. That's telling me I need to do it again. So let's go on this side. Ooh, should I just add one right here? I think that would look nice. Okay, let's add it here. I think for my journal, I'm going to write things that I'm grateful for, things that I love about my husband and my kids and me, because I'm really hard on myself. So I want to work on that. I think it'll be nice. Things that happen in my day, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, let's get this down here. And this up here. Oh my gosh, it's like perfect. Okay, let me make sure. Oh, whoa, I'm way off on this side. Way off. Just pull that up. Love that you have wiggle room to move things around if you need to. Okay, that looks good to me. Go ahead and give this a little press. Just because I want to make sure that my lace is all the way to the paper, not just kind of hanging on top. Okay, we'll let that dry. That looks good. Oh my gosh, look how pretty this is looking already. I do want to add something on the cover. I was thinking the other day, I also, when I was showing this book, where I got the papers from, I did this book, the Victorian Ladies from Modernista, and there's a teal page, and I'm wondering, are the big teal girls too big for this? Oh, they can't be because they're fitting on this page, but I just want to see their exact, oh shoot, they are. They're like 9 inches. So yeah, she would fit on there. Is this one shorter? This girl's shorter. Maybe I'll go with her. Let's cut her out. Maybe we can put her on the front or in a page or something. I just don't know where else I would use these bigger dolls, so this works out perfect. The cool part about these too is that there's like a little border for you to cut around if you don't want to cut it flushed up against the item there. Will she look good here? I think so. I mean, she obviously needs something behind her. But I could always just put her on a page as well. You know, she would look cute just chilling. But yeah, I need to add some pockets for sure. And I will do that. Let me know if you guys want me to play in this tomorrow and add some pockets and some more things to this and do a cover for this. I will probably cut this up off camera and put this in here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure yet. So I don't want to just like flop her down, but let me know in the comments down below if you would like for me to play in this again tomorrow, because I'd be totally happy to do that. If not, that's cool too. Actually, you know what? Let me know down in the comments, and I will also do a poll, and let people choose that way as well. So, all right, everyone, that is going to conclude today's video. I hope you found some of my tips and tricks helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments down below. We have lots of super talented crafters in there that can help you if I'm not around, but I would be more than happy to answer every single one of your questions. So let me know, and definitely go and make yourself a journal today. I know you have a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock hanging out somewhere. You don't have to just use cardstock. You can use anything, but this just makes it so super easy. And then get some papers. You have papers around. You don't have to use copy dyed. You don't have to use some from a book. You can use what you have and it'll look just fine. I promise you. All right, that's going to conclude today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I hope you guys all have a fabulous day. Don't forget to drink your water. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love it if you stuck around, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, friends.